Have you ever wondered how life became so diverse? How did the simple beginnings of life on Earth lead to the vast array of species we see today, each uniquely adapted to their environment? How did we get from simple, single-celled organisms to the incredible variety of plants and animals we see today? The journey from microscopic life forms to the complex ecosystems we now inhabit is a tale of transformation and adaptation. The answer lies in a process called evolution. Evolution is not just a theory. It's a well-documented phenomenon that explains how life changes over time. It's the engine of biodiversity, driving the development of new species and the extinction of others. Evolution is the gradual change in the characteristics of species over many generations. This process is driven by natural selection, where the traits that enhance survival and reproduction become more common in a population over time. It's a fascinating story, a grand narrative spanning millions of years, and the evidence for it is all around us. From the fossilized remains of ancient creatures to the genetic code that we share with all living organisms, the clues are everywhere. In this essay, we'll embark on a journey to explore the compelling evidence that supports evolution. We'll travel through time and space, visiting different ecosystems and uncovering the secrets of life's history. We'll delve into the world of fossils, those ancient remnants of life past. Fossils provide a window into the distant past, showing us how life has changed and evolved over millions of years. We'll unravel the secrets hidden within our very own DNA, revealing the interconnectedness of all living things. Our genetic code is a record of our evolutionary history, linking us to every other organism on Earth. From the wings of a bat to the fins of a whale, we'll see how comparative anatomy tells a tale of shared ancestry. The similarities in the structures of different species highlight the common origins of life. Get ready to uncover the wonders of evolution, a process that has shaped the natural world and continues to do so today. Evolution is not just a thing of the past, it's an ongoing process that influences the present and future of life on Earth. Prepare to see the world through a new lens, one that reveals the interconnectedness of all life on Earth and the incredible journey that has led to the diversity we see today. This journey is a testament to the resilience and adaptability of life, showcasing the beauty and complexity of the natural world. Fossils are like snapshots from the past, offering glimpses into ancient ecosystems and the creatures that inhabited them. They are the preserved remains or traces of organisms, often found embedded in layers of rock. These layers, like pages in a history book, tell a chronological story of life on Earth. One compelling example of fossil evidence is the evolution of whales. Fossils reveal that whales, those majestic giants of the ocean, evolved from land-dwelling mammals. We can trace their lineage back through a series of transitional fossils, each showing adaptations for a more aquatic lifestyle. From the four-legged Pakicetus with its distinctive ear bones to the streamlined Dorudon with its tiny hind limbs, these fossils paint a vivid picture of whale evolution. The fossil record is replete with such examples, showcasing the gradual changes that have occurred over millions of years. It's a testament to the power of evolution, etched in stone for us to uncover and marvel at. If fossils are the echoes of evolution, then DNA is the language in which life's history is written. Fossils give us a glimpse into the past, showing us the physical forms of creatures that once roamed the Earth. But DNA goes deeper, revealing the very code that has shaped life over billions of years. It's like a time capsule, preserving the genetic information that has been passed down through countless generations. Deoxyribonucleic acid, or DNA, carries the genetic instructions for building and maintaining an organism. These instructions are written in a unique code made up of 4 chemical bases: adenine, thymine, cytosine, and guanine. The sequence of these bases determines everything about an organism, from its physical characteristics to its biological functions. It's a complex and elegant system that underlies the diversity of life on our planet. It's the blueprint of life, passed down from generation to generation. Each time a cell divides, it copies its DNA, ensuring that the genetic information is preserved. This process of replication is incredibly precise, but sometimes small changes or mutations occur. These mutations can lead to variations within a species, and over long periods of time, they can drive the evolution of new species. When we compare the DNA of different species, we find astonishing similarities. These similarities are not just random coincidences, they are evidence of shared ancestry. By analyzing these genetic patterns, scientists can trace the evolutionary relationships between species, constructing a detailed map of life's history. For instance, humans and chimpanzees, our closest living relatives, share about 98.8% of their DNA. This means that nearly all of our genetic material is identical to that of chimpanzees. The small differences that do exist account for the distinct characteristics of each species, but the overwhelming similarity points to a common origin. This striking similarity is not a coincidence. It is a testament to the shared evolutionary path that humans and chimpanzees have traveled. Millions of years ago we diverged from a common ancestor, and since then, our species have followed different evolutionary trajectories. Yet the genetic legacy of that common ancestor remains embedded in our DNA. It points towards a shared ancestry, a common ancestor from which both humans and chimpanzees evolved. This concept of common ancestry is a cornerstone of evolutionary biology. It explains how diverse forms of life can arise from a single origin, adapting to different environments and evolving unique traits while retaining a genetic connection to their ancestors. Just like siblings inherit traits from their parents, species inherit genetic information from their common ancestors. This inheritance is not limited to physical traits. It also includes behaviors, physiological processes, and even vulnerabilities to certain diseases. By studying these inherited traits, scientists can gain insights into the evolutionary pressures that have shaped different species. The closer the relationship between two species, the more similar their DNA sequences will be. This genetic similarity is a powerful tool for understanding the evolutionary relationships between species. It allows scientists to reconstruct the tree of life, showing how different species are related and how they have diverged over time. This pattern of genetic similarity is a powerful piece of evidence supporting the theory of evolution. It demonstrates that all life on Earth is interconnected, linked through a vast and ancient family tree. This interconnectedness is a reminder of our shared origins and the common threads that bind all living beings. It demonstrates that all life on Earth is interconnected, linked through a vast and ancient family tree. This tree of life is a testament to the power of evolution, showing how life has diversified and adapted over billions of years. It is a story written in the language of DNA, a story that continues to unfold with each new discovery in the field of genetics. Have you ever noticed the striking similarities in the bone structure of a human arm, a bat's wing, and a whale's flipper? At first glance, these limbs might seem entirely different, each perfectly adapted to its unique function. The human arm is designed for grasping and manipulating objects, the bat's wing for flying, and the whale's flipper for swimming. Yet, beneath these functional differences lies a remarkably similar underlying anatomy. This is no coincidence. It's a testament to their shared evolutionary history. These shared structures are called homologous structures. Homologous structures provide compelling evidence for the theory of common descent. The idea is that these seemingly different species inherited the basic blueprint for these structures from a common ancestor. Over millions of years, as these species faced different environmental pressures, natural selection favored modifications to these structures, leading to the specialized limbs we see today. For instance, the bones in a bat's wing have become elongated and light to support flight, while the bones in a whale's flipper have become more robust to aid in swimming. Fossil evidence further supports this idea. When we examine the fossilized remains of ancient creatures, we can trace the gradual changes in limb structures over time. Scientists studying these fossils have found transitional forms that bridge the gaps between major groups of animals, providing a historical record of evolutionary change. For example, the fossil record shows a progression from early tetrapods, which had limbs suited for walking on land, to modern whales whose limbs have adapted for life in the water. Comparative anatomy doesn't stop at bones. We see similarities in the embryos of different species, suggesting a shared developmental pathway inherited from a common ancestor. During the early stages of development, the embryos of vertebrates, including humans, birds, and fish, exhibit strikingly similar features, such as pharyngeal pouches and tail structures. These embryonic similarities indicate that these species share a common origin and have diverged over time through evolutionary processes. The evidence for common descent extends to the cellular level as well. Scientists have discovered that the basic building blocks of life, such as DNA and proteins, are remarkably similar across different species. This molecular evidence supports the idea that all living organisms share a common ancestor. By examining the genetic code, researchers can trace the evolutionary relationships between species and uncover the genetic changes that have driven their diversification. From the intricate workings of the cell to the complex organization of organs, the similarities in anatomical structures across different species point towards a shared evolutionary history. For instance, the hearts of mammals, birds, and reptiles all share a similar four-chambered structure, despite their different lifestyles and habitats. This commonality suggests that these animals inherited the basic blueprint for their hearts from a common ancestor, and that natural selection has shaped these organs to meet the specific needs of each species. The grand tapestry of life is woven together through common descent, illustrating the interconnectedness of all living things. By studying comparative anatomy, we gain a deeper understanding of the evolutionary processes that have shaped the diversity of life on Earth. This knowledge not only enriches our appreciation of the natural world, but also provides valuable insights into the mechanisms of evolution and the shared heritage of all living organisms.